In this lesson, we are going to be looking at additional options in the drawing for SolidWorks drawings. We first looked at drawings back in lesson 3, way back. And in this lesson, which will be over a series of videos, we're going to introduce some additional topics, including model views. We're going to look at section views, detail views, and then we're going to look at different annotation types. So before we get started, let's go into our settings. So up here, the gear, and we're going to go to tools. Sorry, not tools, drawings. We're going to go to display style. We want to make sure that our hidden lines, we're going to put removed, and that tangent edges are visible. So make sure that those two are selected for this exercise and click OK. And then you can open the drawing ratchet body. So once you have this drawing up, the first thing we want to do is we want to right click in this blank area here, and we want to select properties. If you don't see properties, there's an arrow here that'll give us additional choices. We're going to select properties. We want to make sure that the type of projection is set for third angle and our scale is 1:1. And mine was already set that, so I don't have an option to apply changes. So I'm going to hit cancel. But if you had to change those, then you would just put apply changes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a sectional view using a technique called remove sections. And what this will do is it will create slices of the model at selected locations. And you can kind of see some examples if you look on page 413. And so what we can do is we can come out here into our blank space. We can right click, and under drawing views, we've got a remove section command, and we'll select that. And so for this, if it wants two opposing edges to create a section view. And so if I choose the neck here on this ratchet handle, and then I choose it opposite of that, it creates a cutting line. And I can move this up and down anywhere, and we'll just select the first one here. And I'm going to left click, and now I can place this. And so we're just going to place it to the side here. And if I kind of zoom in, this is the cross section of this. Cross section meaning if I cut that in half and look straight down that neck, this is what I would see. And so we'll just move this diameter. So it gives us a diameter of what that is. And we can delete that if we want, and we can always dimension it later. We'll leave it for right now. We'll see where it kind of leads us. So now let's create a section view. We'll do a remove section of this area. And so I'm going to right click again. I'm going to do drawing view, remove section. And for my first one, I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to pick this outside line. And then I'm going to come over and pick this line. I get my cutting plane. And we'll put our cutting plane, I don't know, about here. We'll drag this out. Again, we've got some dimensions that it automatically placed. So it's showing our draft. It's showing the radius of that. And again, this is our cross section, which is something we'd see if we cut this in half and look straight down the middle of where we cut it. We'll say okay. I'm going to move this radius, so I'm going to delete this. Oops. And then I'm going to come up here to Smart Dimension, and I'm going to pick this radius instead, mainly just to get that arrow head from the leader line over there instead of bending across the part. Again, not necessary. I just like the way it looks better. So one thing we'd like to do, ideally, is we want to keep our drawings neat. And so one thing we can do is I made sure that these were not vertically aligned. But if I come down here into this box of this first cross section and I right click, and we have a option here to align, and I want to align vertical by origin. And now if I come up here and click, it just brought this one out. And so now if I drag on either one of these, you're going to see them both move, and now they stay aligned with each other. And it's just a way to keep the drawing neat, little housekeeping tricks. So the next thing we're going to do is create a detail view. And a detail view is used when I can't get enough information that I want to convey to, say, the machinist or another engineer or someone else by just this main drawing. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a detailed view, or like a blow up view of a certain section. And so if I come up here to drawing, I'm going to have some options up here, and here we've got detail view. And so now I can come down to here, and I'll just pick here in the middle, and I'm going to take my left mouse button. I'm going to click it, let it go, and now I can get a circle. And if I don't like where that centered is, and I don't, it's not too bad. We're going to leave it. And then once I have that where I want it, I'm going to click again, and now it brings a section that I can move and I can place somewhere. But now it gives me a greater section of, or detail of that small section. And so we'll just place this, and we can always move it. And right now it's called detail A, but we can name this, and we'll just name this head, or I was going to say ratchet head, but let's just do head, so it'll take up less room. And then we can look and we can see if we want to change anything. The book recommends sheet scale, so we'll leave sheet scale, but there's things that we can change to that. And now you can see that this is called head, and now the detailed, that's what the detail is also called. So we'll say okay. And now, like I said, we can pick this and we can move it. I can move it over here. And you'll see that this circle with the two arrowheads, this is, it's telling you this is what the detail is of. Okay, we're going to end this first video here, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about sheet format and different drawing sheets.